Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. It is May 17th and it's been over a month since I last recorded. I apologize for the delay in getting episodes out. I was very busy and then I was sick, and you don't really need to hear about all my sob stories, but I'm back now and ready to get some more work done, and this should be an interesting episode because this will be a real test of the quality of the design that we've created so far, because I'm coming back to this after about 6 weeks away. I haven't been thinking about it at all in that time. So it's been long enough that I'm going to have forgotten how everything works. So I'll be approaching it with fairly fresh eyes, and this will be a great chance to see if the design actually holds up. It's not quite as good as having somebody else on the team actually looking at the code. It is still, the product of one deranged brain, which is never as good as having multiple people looking at it. But coming at it in this way without the history, I'm going to be pretty critical, I think, of what I have, or at least there could be a fair amount of I don't remember how this works, I don't know why this works, and that will be an opportunity to refactor and improve the code so that it's more obvious. So let's go ahead and bring up the application. Looks like I've already got it running. So as I recall, and I don't really, it's been so long, what we were doing was we were getting this text field to display properly when we put in invalid values and negative values and so forth. And what we have here is okay, but I really want it to change colors in real time. I don't want it to update the actual text as we're typing, but if I go from negative to positive, for example, I'd like it to go from green to red, because it's kind of weird to see it, as I type a negative value, it's not so weird, but as I fix a negative value, that's kind of weird. I want it to be red. Similarly, I'd like the invalid dollars icon to show up, and I want to show it to show up in real time. So I think that's what I'm going to do first, but even before that, there were a couple of comments that notes that I had left for myself in the scratch pad. One of them is here. We had a comment from Mikal. I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong, I apologize. And he was saying that there was a better way of writing this test, and what he was saying was, how about extracting a method like excerpt field text equals, blah. And that seems to make sense. I think the idea is to factor out this nuttiness here. Yeah, we're doing it over and over again. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That would be the first thing. Let's make sure the test still passes. Oh, and something else I installed, again, about 6 weeks ago. We've got this little ninja here, TDD Gotchi, and this little guy will track as I work, he will track whether or not I'm going from green to red in a fluent manner. If I stay on a broken test for a while, it will complain. It's sort of like the little Tamagotchi games. It's created by Sebastian Hermida, I think, and it's just a fun little toy that you can add to your Eclipse installation. So I thought I'd put it in and see what happens. I'm not going to let it change the way I do TDD. It's just as likely that the tool is dumber than me. It's also likely I'm dumber than the tool, but I'm not going to say that out loud, am I? But I thought it'd be fun to put it in and see how it goes. Okay, so enough delay. Let's get this thing going. So we got a green bar. I think the first thing I'd like to do is refactor what am I doing here? The point here, so, well, you know, this is the point at which I wish I had first-class functions. I've been doing a lot of work in JavaScript lately, and the ability to pass a function into a method is just super handy. I like JavaScript's way of doing it even better than Ruby's. Which, having said that, all the Ruby folks are probably going to yell at me and tell me I just don't know how to use Ruby, which is probably true. So the question is, I could do assert, field text equals a certain value, but what's the point of doing this swing utilities thing? I believe the point is that we don't actually lose focus properly, or this needs to run on the swing event handler thread. And if it doesn't run on the event handler thread, then we get a race condition, and the test will sometimes spuriously fail. Let's see if that's correct. I don't remember how this works. So, oh, hello. My arrow keys have stopped working. Okay, I'm back. Something very weird happened where Eclipse was swallowing all of my arrow key and backspace keystrokes, but clicking my mouse buttons a lot fixed it. But man, was it annoying. Okay, so what I thought I would do is, let's just try taking out the swing utilities call, invoke and wait, and does that cause a failure? No. I think it was a race condition though. Boy, I hate stuff like this. All right, well, I'm going to engage in a little voodoo programming. I know I put this in here for a reason, because something was failing, so I'm going to leave it in. But it's certainly an indication of bad design here. I should have been a lot more explicit about what I was thinking when I wrote this test. Should have factored it out a long time ago, in fact. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and just factor out this piece into a method called get text on event thread. Get text using event thread. That is the clearest indication of what's going on here that I know how to describe. And let's return, rather than returning a string array, let's just return the text like that. That should still work. And now we can inline it. Okay, so this here, I can go ahead and toss down here. And I should be able to and let's pass the field in. Let's see, what is field? Field is dollars text field. And the reason I want to pass the field in is it just makes it a little more explicit about what's going on there. You could make the case to do that either way, to be honest. And I think you'll see me, depending on not refer to, right, of course. Will this work? No. Oh, well, that's just because I forgot to. Okay. So just silliness that silly hoops that Java's making us jump through. Okay, and now we can do that. I'll also bounce back and forth between building custom assertions like assert field text equals and get, and between using custom assertions and just having helper methods like get text using event thread. I'll bounce back and forth between that. I don't have any real clear heuristics about which one I'll use when. It just feels to me like this is less about making an assertion, more about using the event thread. So that's what I want. That's why I did it this way. Okay, so we did that. And that appears to be working. So what should we do next? We have this comment here. That's something I'll save for later. Actually, we don't have much time left in this episode, so I'll go ahead and do that too. It looks like this is going to be a little bit of a cleanup and catch-up episode. Don't worry, I'm going to record multiple episodes today, so the next ones will be a little more cohesive as I refamiliarize myself with the system. So invalid $.create, let's see, what did Miko suggest for that one? Oh, he was saying leave the constructor public. So rather than let's see. I have to take a few minutes to refamiliarize myself with this. I'm not sure what this was, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. I don't remember the context here. This code doesn't seem too bad to me. I think I didn't like having create return a different value here, but it's not that bad. I don't feel like messing around with it. What I don't like is all this duplication here. I don't think I need it though, because create does an out of range check. So I can delete that, and I think the test will still pass. Yeah, it does. Whereas if I took this one out, it would fail big time. Well, that because it doesn't compile. Let me try again. Yeah. Yeah, and there's the addition failing. So yeah, that is duplicate. I'm going to go ahead and quickly run through, get rid of all that duplication, and that will be it for this episode. Just a catch-up episode, so next time we'll get into some more meat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll finish that up next episode. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will catch you next time. Oh, and one last thing. Part of the reason I've been away is I've been working on a project called Rubu. Please check it out. It is at teamrubu.com, TEAMRABU.com. So again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.